All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a classic fable, but honestly, it is way more than just a simple story. We're looking at an absolute masterclass in problem solving. We're going to follow the tale of Baloo the donkey to figure out exactly why true intelligence and really psychological framing is always more powerful than just sheer physical intimidation. It's a wildly fascinating look at how brains can completely conquer brawn. To kick things off, I want you to put yourself directly in our protagonist's shoes. Just picture this for a second. There are three hungry lions standing right in front of you. You literally have nowhere to run. So what do you do? How would you handle an impossible physical threat like that? Would you panic? Would you just freeze up? Or could you somehow push down that primal fear and actually use your mind to find a way out? Keep that in the back of your mind as we see how Baloo handles it. Okay, section 1. The hard-working foal. Let's set the stage with the total injustice of Bookaloo's daily life. The guy is incredibly hardworking. Every single day from dawn till dusk, he is slowly, painfully carrying these massive, heavy grain sacks from the farm straight to the bustling market. But how does the village treat him? Despite all that grueling labor, he gets zero respect, just cruel, relentless mockery. The shopkeepers literally laugh in his face, calling him a fool and the slowest creature they have ever seen. It's just brutal. And you can imagine, those insults sting. We eventually see Baloo hit his absolute breaking point. One evening, he is just completely exhausted. He retreats to this quiet little tree near a field, plops down, and for the very first time, he just completely breaks down and cries. He actually asks the empty evening air, "Why does everyone think I am a fool?" He is entirely crushed by the village's bullying. He's doing all the heavy lifting, literally, but getting absolutely none of the respect. Moving on to section 2, finding your inner strength. So, right as Baloo is sobbing under this tree, a gentle pigeon actually hears him and flies down to offer a pretty harsh, but honestly, deeply necessary truth. Baloo is complaining that everyone laughs at his hard work, right? Well, the pigeon explains a fundamental rule of life. The world only respects those who show confidence. Basically, hard work just isn't enough if you're walking around acting like a victim. The pigeon then points Baloo toward the dark forest to find a clever fox named Vicky, someone who can actually teach him how to use his mind. Now this brings us to a massive turning point. Baloo admits he's absolutely terrified of the dark forest, but the pigeon drops this profound advice, completely redefining bravery. The pigeon tells him, courage doesn't mean you have no fear, it means moving forward despite the fear. Talk about a light bulb moment. This totally empowers Baloo. He takes that terrifying first step, following this trail of glowing mushrooms deep into the spooky forest to find the mentor he so desperately needs. When he finally finds Viku, the wise fox, Baloo pours his heart out, saying he just wants to be respected. Viku tells him that respect goes to those who believe in themselves, and then he gives Baloo this incredible, highly tangible 4-step survival blueprint for deadly encounters. Step 1, don't panic when danger comes. Step 2, don't run when fear rises. Step 3, stay calm. And Step 4, use your mind. Viku isn't just handing out empty cliches here, he is giving Baloo a real, actionable framework to completely override his basic prey instincts. All right, section 3, the clever lion plan. So Baloo is heading back home, and the stakes go from 0 to 100 instantly. He spots scattered bones all over the ground. The tension is palpable. Suddenly, he hears footsteps right behind him. Slow, heavy, dangerous. It's Shira, a deadly lion. Blue's very first instinct is, well, this is it. I'm a goner. Because if he runs, he's dead for sure. But then, he remembers Viku's framework. He forces himself to stay perfectly calm. He forces his brain to engage. And this right here is the exact moment intelligence totally obliterates physical brawn. Instead of cowering, Blue speaks out loud to the empty air with this immense, terrifying confidence. He pulls off the ultimate bluff, saying, "My hunger isn't over yet. One more lion will be perfect." I mean, wow, imagine the sheer audacity of that. He completely flips the script, framing himself as the apex predator who is actively hunting lions. It's brilliant. The psychological fallout of this bluff is just wild. The lion's massive physical advantage is completely wiped out by pure mental panic. Shira actually freezes, totally bewildered by this terrifying lion-eating donkey, and just bolts away as fast as he can. But the universe isn't done testing Baloo. Viku the fox spots Shira trembling in the woods, calls him out for being a total coward, and decides to bring the massive lion right back to Baloo to expose the trick. Now, most people would absolutely panic and break character here. Not Baloo. He doubles down with some seriously incredible quick thinking. Seeing the hawks bring the lion back, Baloo doesn't even flinch. He just angrily shouts, "I asked for two. 2 lions, Shira. If you don't bring me 2 more right now, I will eat you." It is a masterstroke. He traps both the lion and the fox in this massive psychological web, basically turning the fox into his accomplice who just delivered a meal. Talk about rapid problem solving. And what's the grand result of all this psychological warfare? 3. That is the number of lions that end up nervously lowering their heads, acting as this clever donkey's personal royal guard. It is almost hilarious. Shira is so terrified he actually runs back into the forest, fetches 2 of his lion buddies just to appease the donkey, and Baloo commands all 3 of them to escort him back to his village. Which leads us to Section 4, Brains over Brawn. Picture the absolute shock value here. The villagers are just going about their normal day, probably getting ready to hurl a few more insults at their local beast of burden. But instead, total chaos erupts. The creature they branded as the absolute slowest, most foolish animal in town is marching right down Main Street with a terrifying, chaotic escort of 3 deadly apex predators. It's a scene straight out of a movie. The villagers are naturally screaming, begging for their lives. But Baloo doesn't use these lions for revenge, not at all. Instead, he just stands there, tall and proud. With complete confidence, he banishes the lions, commanding them to return to the forest and never come back. In front of the entire stunned village, the lions just nervously glance at each other and flee. In one single, decisive action, Baloo completely shatters his old reputation and proves his undeniable power. With the lions gone and everyone watching in total awe, Baloo drops this incredibly empowering declaration. I am not a fool. I am strong. I am brave. I am smart. He's finally demanding and cementing the respect he deserved all along. He's not sitting around waiting for them to just hand it to him anymore. He claimed it through absolute, undeniable proof of his own intellect and courage. His problem-solving tactics worked flawlessly. The villagers instantly realized just how wrong they were. They step up and apologize, telling him, "You are not just hardworking, you are wise." Baloo graciously tells them he never wanted them to be afraid of him. He only ever wanted their respect. And just like that, the whole dynamic of the town shifts forever, creating a much happier village that finally recognizes Baloo's true worth. So, to wrap up this explainer, we really need to redefine what strength actually means. True strength isn't about muscles, teeth, or claws. It's found in the mind. It is rooted in unwavering self-belief. It's such an encouraging fable reminding us that standing up for yourself doesn't mean you have to be the biggest or the loudest person in the room. It starts entirely in your own head, with the firm belief that you are worthy of respect. I want you to think about the challenges you are facing in your own life right now. We all have our own version of those 3 hungry lions, right? Maybe it's an impossible deadline, an intimidating situation, a bully, or just an overwhelming personal fear. How can you apply Vaiku's framework to your life? How can you stay calm, refuse to panic, and use your inner strength to outsmart the lions in your world? Are you ready to use your mind? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this case study empowers you to face your next big challenge with unbreakable confidence.